It looks like they kicked a steel door open. I have no idea how.
Numbers that seem unlikely in nature. Now more than 10,000 cattle have died in Kansas somehow.
Thousands of cattle appear to suddenly and rather mysteriously drop dead.
It's never happened before. They don't know what, was it UFOs? We don't know.
This is not the first time we've seen this. In fact, this is an area that's become known as a dumping ground.
Bizarre confrontations, extraordinary events, and tragic sights of monstrous beings. Cameras are everywhere to capture each of such downright unbelievable moments. Following is a list of such spine-chilling moments recorded when they didn't know a camera was watching them. A group of friends experienced a creepy sight when they spotted this mysterious critter flying almost 5 feet above the ground on a night. They had no idea what it was, and still had the guts to slow down and film the being. Once the video circulated on the internet, many viewers suggested that it could be someone playing a prank by using ghost costumes and a drone. But whatever the case, it would still be creepy to look at that in the middle of the road. Animal control.
The question up for debate tonight is whether animal control should or can take a carcass and dispose of it, or should it be dumped or disposed in a different manner.
This woman was working in the animal control department and did something that shocked every onlooker. She went out with a van full of animal bodies and started throwing them in a dumpster at a local park. She thought no one would spot her in the act, but a man captured the whole scene and felt grossed out by the woman. Her video quickly went viral and made rounds on the internet, making every viewer question the working of these departments. Cold-hearted owner. A security camera near Dowdy Ferry Road in Dallas captured a heartbreaking scene when a man pulled up in his SUV, opened his trunk, and got a German Shepherd out. Soon he drove off with the poor dog trying to follow his car. This spot has become known for people leaving their pets.
This is not the first time we've seen this. In fact, this is an area that's become known as a dumping ground.
And I believe this cold-hearted person should face consequences for their cruel act. Love for animals. An 11-year-old girl's love for animals made her steal a dog from the neighborhood. The dog's owners were super confused and worried when they found out that their loving dog was missing from the garage. And the CCTV footage helped them find out that it was none other than an innocent girl who did it all out of love.
They were over here and they saw the video of her walking the dog down the street.
Even though her intentions were not bad, she was still charged by the police for abduction of an animal, and the dog was returned to the owners.
Never was it in my intent to hurt the little girl. I don't want to see her do jail time.
Possessed vehicle. If you thought ghosts don't exist, then who do you think was driving this loader? Even though the vehicle had no person sitting in it, it perfectly knew where and when to hit to give to the pedestrian the perfect scare. No one would have believed this man if a camera had not caught the paranormal activity. The ghost first drove straight into the wall and then greeted the cars around it. Unlucky thief. This footage helped police catch a thief on the run. During a live transmission on Barcelona Beach, a naive thief was caught in the background, swooping up the bag of a beachgoer who had moved away for only a few minutes. He could be seen running all over the place, asking for help to find his belongings. And once the problem was reported to the police, they used this footage to identify and catch the culprit. Hero dog. CCTV footage in a remote neighborhood captured an overwhelming situation, which showed how responsible dogs can be even if they're strays. Just as a car pulled up beside a girl thinking she was all alone, a stray came running to save her. It kept barking at the car until they were completely out of sight and ensured the woman was safe. Weird robbery. The CCTV camera of a restaurant captured the exact moments a group of burglars barged into a restaurant to steal some cash for the holiday. They broke in by kicking the door, and many were surprised how they had enough strength to jerk open the lock.
It looks like they kicked a steel door open. I have no idea how.
The weird part was that they were all seen crawling on the floor throughout the restaurant. Once they were in, the group stole $450 from the drawers and made their way out from the back door. Sadly, it was all the money collected from the waiters' tips, and the police were still on the lookout for them.
That perfect little gift for your friend money, and it's just not fair.
Doorbell video. Here's another man who seems to be quite interested in doorbells. Dungan and her husband were not at home at the time, but their kids were when this mysterious man stayed outside their home and vigorously licking their front doorbell for almost 3 hours. He was seen only when they checked the surveillance video. The homeowners immediately called the police, and after thorough research, they found out the culprit was Roberto Daniel Arraro, but was never caught or seen again. Creepy ritual. The Dark Allies have always been prime positions for horror scenes in movies. And it turns out all such things happen in the real world too, but in the bright ones. A group of pedestrians spotted a group of odd-looking cult members as they were walking home and got it all filmed on their phones. Real-life Hulk. We all have problems with getting our cars out from a tight parking spot, but this real-life Hulk has found a solution for it. He simply grabbed his car, took it out of the area, and effortlessly drove home, leaving every onlooker baffled. Here's another man who has modern solutions for modern problems. Vigilant rescue.
Oh my God!
We all need someone like her in our lives. Just as she got a hunch that her pet was in danger, this girl immediately turned into a hero and saved the dog from a terrible accident. To be honest, I'm truly amazed by her reflexes and how she managed to swing right into action.
Oh my God!
Real-life teleportation. We've all wanted to have superpowers since our childhood, and this man was seen in an unknown location possessing some. The camera first recorded light coming out of his hands, and as soon as he realized he was seen in public, the unknown person ran from the area. And that was not it. He even disappeared from the scene moments before getting hit by a bus. Could it be the true evidence of superheroes? Headless man. This bizarre clip was filmed in Pakistan when a driver got super confused by a headless man sitting at the back of a bike. Just as his video was uploaded on the internet, it instantly got the attention of hundreds of people giving different explanations for the clip, as some thought he had bowed down his head, but nothing is visible even from the side. I think this was either the perfect optical illusion or an actual ghost. Walking on water. People at a bridge simply could not believe their eyes when they saw a man attempt to walk on water. Many pulled out their cameras and started recording to make sure they recorded every second of the marvelous stunt. As many on site and viewers on the internet started comparing his abilities to godlike characters, some believed it was simply a hoax, and he had some kind of transparent board right under his feet. Whatever the case, the Miracle Man was arrested at the end of causing a rush in a public place. Black-eyed people. A trail camera captured something very different than the usual animals roaming in the tall grass. Just as the owner watched the video, he was shocked to learn that eerie critters like this were so close to home. The pitch black eyes and inhumane bodily figure meant that he was looking at something far different than any normal living being. Flying girl. A normal hike in the woods in Russia turned into a creepy encounter for this man as his dog started acting up and tried to show him something.
Ко мне, Тарзан, ко мне, я говорю.
Just as he followed the canine, the hiker saw a young girl eerily floating in the air. And what's more weird is that her mother was looking at her like she did it quite often.
Что это?
As it was uploaded on the internet, many contradicting views came up, with some arguing it was fake while others insisting on it being real. Possessed cafe. This man was working on a late shift and was the only one in the cafe to wrap up the work, but he was not completely alone. An otherworldly entity was there too, and it made itself visible by knocking over a stool. Just as he went in to suspect what was happening, he never came back to work there again. No one knows what the workers saw, but it was enough for him to quit his job. Skunk ape. A hunter went out to Tunica, Mississippi to hunt dogs, but got to experience something far more than what he bargained for. Just as he heard a noise from the bushes, he aimed to get a nice hunt, only to find something inhuman, and unlike anything he had seen before. The huge size and odd stature made everyone believe that it was a skunk ape or a Bigfoot. Odd formation. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not sure what these people are doing here right now. It looks like they were trying to form some art, or maybe it was done during a protest, and this tactic is used to minimize any damage. But these are just my best guesses. If you have any idea about what is happening here, comment down below. Magic bicycle. An ordinary video of two people turned out to be potential evidence of teleportation, as a bicycle emerges from the back of an unsuspecting man. Many people tried to figure out what was going on in the video. Some said it was edited, while others thought of it as the perfect example of magical powers. Ratman. The cameras at a factory in England brought forward the most interesting clip. It was of two men who seemed to have peculiar features and looked totally unhuman. The odd looks meant elf-like ears and an unusual forehead shape. This sparked a debate online, with some saying it was aliens roaming among us, while others suggested it was just people in masks. Glitch in Matrix. Here's a video showing that we all live in an odd world. These cars were driving on the highway and were at top speed when a person appeared in front of them out of nowhere. Just minutes before, no one was standing nearby when he crossed the road instantly. Even in slow motion, we can't spot anyone on the sides, making it look like the perfect telepathy evidence. But in reality, it was just the perfect optical illusion. Escaping from a dog. This has to be the most cartoonish human-dog interaction I've seen so far. The dog at first was curious about the delivery guy and did not react at all. But once the man got afraid of its presence, it was time for action. The dog immediately started chasing him out of the house. Well, at least I learned a trick to avoid dogs now. Floor aquarium. Just as the poor delivery guy entered a hotel, he unexpectedly walked right into a fish aquarium. I must say, it was not his fault. None of us would have thought of running into one on a normal day. Mischievous wins. A windy day turned into the worst enemy for this woman when she could not perform the simple task of closing the gates because of the storm. Both the wicked gates had no plan of letting her rest, as both of them took turns on getting close to her. And then finally, after struggling for a while, she managed to crack the code and get done with her work.
Oh, look at that. What a legend.
Illegal driving. Any normal person would avoid doing something illegal, especially near a police station. But in a daring yet ill-advised stunt, a driver was caught on camera, performing illegal donuts right outside a police station in Sandy Springs, Georgia. Astonishingly, the driver who was operating the vehicle with a suspended license was swiftly apprehended and faced multiple charges. This brazen act serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of breaking the law, especially under the watchful eyes of law enforcement. Bad driver. The most terrifying thing about the video is that this dude owns and drives a car. No matter how hurried anyone is, I'm pretty sure they would never risk their lives with a train. The driver at the back was so amused by his action that he actually recorded the whole scene, and luckily, the ill driver could not make it to the other side of the road. A bad day. I guess this man did not read the obvious signs of construction put up in the area and then walked straight into cement. Even the worker near him was confused about what he had done at that moment, and as if that was not enough, he again stepped into a wet cement patch. I must say, he is living the worst day of his life at this point. Domino effect. I'm pretty sure this is the reason why women live longer than men. A guy in China was captured trying to take a shortcut by jumping over the guardrail to get to the other side, but he accidentally caused a traffic jam in the area. Now I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to do that, but looked quite naive when caught on camera. And then, here's another one who deliberately knocked over the whole railing between traffic lanes just to get to the other side. Illegal dumping. In a striking incident, a couple was caught on video while brazenly dumping trash in an Ohio wildlife preserve.
Facebook, a couple just dumping their trash in a wildlife reserve.
The video, which quickly went viral on Facebook, showed them unloading trash bags, a bench, an old TV, and hubcaps. This reckless act of environmental disrespect sparked widespread outrage, leading to their identification and arrest. Thanks to vigilant public tips.
Charged in large part thanks to the help from the public and
the couple confessed to multiple instances of illegal dumping and faced charges for littering on state property and misusing a vehicle. Smart dog. Okay, wait for it. This one is gonna be funny. Just as this woman tied her dog to get some sausage for it, her pet immediately took advantage of the situation and literally ran for his life. I don't know how exactly she treated her pet, but it looks like it was frustrating living with her. And judging by the speed, it won't be coming back anytime soon. Robbery in daylight. Mostly robbery is done in the dark nights when no one can identify the culprit. But this particular one had the guts to attempt such an act in broad daylight. The CCTV footage showed that he knew exactly which car to check and what he wanted. This video is a lesson for us all to make sure we carry our belongings with responsibility so that no one can harm anything we own. Pumpkin kidnapping. This van looks super suspicious to pull up right in front of the house, and yes, the driver is a kidnapper, but wait till you know what he was interested in. The guy came out of the car, walked up to the door, and returned with a pumpkin that belonged to a 3-year-old. Looks like someone is super excited for Halloween, but is too lazy to make a pumpkin himself. Cattle on bike. Who knew we could transport cows on bikes too? This funny video was filmed in Uganda, and the person behind this camera said he was quite impressed by the bikers' driving skills. And I completely agree with him. It's not easy to ride a motorbike with something that huge sitting in front of you. Mischievous raccoon. Just as this woman made her way out, a raccoon jumped at her from the trash can, making a dashing entry. It's like this animal had planned the perfect prank for the homeowner for quite a long time and waited for the right time. Luckily, she acted promptly and made the raccoon back off, making a safe retreat from the scene. Towing wheelchair. Our world is full of bizarre people, and one such man was seen doing something no normal person could even think of. He was towing his yacht with his electric wheelchair.
Holy shit.
I'm sure the whole trucking industry hates him for creating something that could simply make them go out of business. Petty driver. After waiting to get the perfect parking spot, This Jeep driver was robbed of his place, but he has one benefit, that he owns a Jeep. Once the driver was out of sight, he came out and tied the red car, got it out of the area, and parked there with satisfaction. He must have been super angry and late to do something like that. And I hope he finds his Jeep in one piece. Dumb thief. After watching a man busy fixing his bike, this thief thought it was the perfect chance to get his hands on the wallet. But he missed the camera, fixed exactly on top of his head. Once he realized he was being watched, the thief immediately dropped the wallet and pretended that the bike owner had dropped it and even apologized. What an odd robbery! Lovely car. Looks like this man found his true love in a car. While walking down the road with his friend, he came across someone taking a turn from the signal and got so overwhelmed that he went to kiss the vehicle. I'm not sure why he did that, but I guess it was his favorite car. Next level skateboarding. This boy has been chasing an adrenaline rush for a long time. Just look how he effortlessly came out of his car and managed to slide on the road like it was nothing. He's lucky he was able to pull off this stunt. Otherwise, something super tragic could have happened in a split second. Scary Camel. A normal day of buying accessories took an unexpected turn. When a camel decided to scare every man in the shop, the only thing that could be done was to get behind the counter. That animal will share with everyone how he shocked a bunch of humans. Biggest mistake. Here is the exact moment captured on camera that is enough to get a man fired from his job. He accidentally opened a valve on the window tinting machine and tinted the whole car. Super driving. I had no idea that trucks can even get into tight spaces like this one. The driver handled the situation in a pretty good way. Oh wait, I think he lost his cool by the end of this video. That's why he took the truck flying across the narrow street. He will be living up to the claim made on the vehicle too. Unlucky driver. No matter how doomed you think you are, no one can be as unlucky as this driver. First, his phone dropped from the vehicle and then made the perfect jump right into the sewers. I mean, what are the odds of dropping a phone right into the gutter? Cowgirl. Even though we have cars to commute from place to place, some people still prefer using horses. Just like this girl. She ran through a store on her horse to get some stuff, but was immediately asked by police to leave the area. I guess her cowgirl dream had to end tragically. Angry cat. No matter how much you love your cat, you can never guarantee that they will play by your rules at the house. This guy unknowingly irritated his pet, and it turned to Rampage mode. The feline kept coming at its owner, ready to throw hands at any chance. Every trick he tried to get away from the cat's wrath was in vain, because it was hell-bent on teaching him an unwanted lesson. Insane parkour. I know parkour is a thrilling thing, but this guy took it to a whole next level. Did you just see how he landed on the narrow platform? Once I gained that much trust in myself, there's nothing that can stop me from conquering the world. Last minute save. A lorry driver had to use his top driving skills to save an unknown man who appeared in the middle of the road out of thin air. The driver explained that it was as if he had teleported there, as no one could be seen on the site seconds before the arrival. And just as the video came on the internet, people started calling it proof of teleportation. Windy day. If you ever think you're having a bad day, think of people like this who are having it worse. This woman was trying to simply close a huge gate, but nature was not on her side that day. Every time she brought one side to the place, the other one swung open before her arrival. I must say, I'm impressed by her determination. Finally, after struggling for almost a long 15 minutes, she managed to close the gate. Heavy fail. A normal day of working at the garage turned into the biggest nightmare when one worker accidentally pushed the truck a bit too far. Surprisingly, both of them tried to grab the vehicle with their bare hands, which was obviously not possible, but it was still worth a shot. I hope they don't lose their jobs when the boss views this video. Odd man. Okay, after watching this video, I'm pretty convinced now that people are capable of teleporting. I mean, how else could this guy get to that spot within seconds? Giant spider. Even though he doesn't know it, this man is about to walk in the perfect prank set up for him. Just as he opened the door, a giant spider walked right at him, which was a dog wearing a spider costume. And this happened on multiple occasions to make people run for their lives. Turns out it was one person who had set up these super creative traps for people and caught them in the act once they were scared. This grim scene was captured at a farm when a heat wave hit the area, and it had affected everything in its way. The cows there could not survive the rising temperatures and gave in to the tough conditions. This is proof that we need to start working on climate change. A similar incident happened on a different farm when a farmer lost 28 members of his cattle when lightning struck the pasture.
Build up for years and years, their cow herd built up, and then something like this comes along.
The whole family saw it as a major loss, as it was the only source of income for them.
Strategic business on which animals he breeds that bull to.
Experts mention that this one is a very rare occurrence, and mostly such incidents do not happen. Superpowers. At first, it looks like an ordinary clip shot outside a shop. But wait till a man with superpowers comes to the scene. The couple had to leave because of the closed sign. But it was not a problem for this guy, who effortlessly entered the shop with intangibility. Now this is either the proof of superhumans or just a well-edited clip made by a talented person. I guess we can never be sure, as there are possibilities of the most strange things in our world. Revenge. While filming a cute message for their mom,
if you have to send a message to mom, it's time. Why?
These siblings accidentally captured a mysterious sight. In their background, a girl had bumped into a passerby and then used her super abilities to make him return her book and then even slap himself for what he did.
We did nothing. That's not true. We did lots of adventuring. We were lost most of it.
Now, we have seen such scenes in popular movies, but could it happen in actual life? Comment what you think about this clip. Time traveler. Is this some sort of glitch in the Matrix or a camera technique? The more I look at this video, the more I get confused by the presence of the guy in the pink shirt. Either he was a time traveler, a ghost, or simply someone walking on his way. What do you think happened in this split second? Doorbell lover. This video shows you why you should have a doorbell camera for extra security in your house. An unknown man was filmed licking the doorbell for quite a long time, although he did not try to break in or do something to harm the residents. It was still quite creepy for the people to learn about his presence. The man was holding what appeared to be a stack of newspapers or a phone book and paused for a few seconds to point at various sections of what he was holding, though it's unclear what he was trying to point out. Invisible man. Some staff members were reviewing this footage after suspecting theft at the store, but they found something far different than their culprit. As we can see, the mirror is working properly here, but once this particular man crosses in front of it, he makes no reflection at all. This is so mind-boggling. Everything is visible in the mirror except this one man. I think he was the thief and was not a normal human. Ghost in backyard. A security camera installed in the backyard picked up eerie footage for the homeowners as a translucent man was seen strolling in the area. It had a proper silhouette of a person, but it could not be identified as one because of the mysterious body structure. I believe that it could be a ghost crossing from this house. Unseen protection. Dark nights bring forward various threats to us all, and the camera installed on this street also captured a similar scene. But the situation is about to take an unseen turn. Just as the robber lunged at the unsuspecting man, an unknown shield-like entity came out of him and protected him from the threat. It's like an otherworldly entity possessed him and was not willing to let anything bad happen to this man. Kind ghost. Ghosts are mostly seen messing around with people or causing them stress, but this particular spirit belonged to a kind person. The camera captured a silhouette feeding and playing with 2 stray dogs, and even the canine seemed to enjoy its presence. Disappearing man. A trail camera was set to record the beauty of nature, but instead it filmed an alleged real-life incident of time traveling. It showed an unknown person running on the road, and then with a flash of light, he disappeared into thin air. Many who saw this video called it a hoax, but some viewers believe that it could be the possible evidence of time traveling. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.